Hello everyone, it's Jules by Jude, and as promised I have brought you some finished products. A little bit more review on what is going on with the Wish website buys that I bought, and I want to show you some things I did yesterday. This is one of them. I wire wrapped it, and hopefully it's in view. My issue is holding it up too high, so let me just make sure you've got a good view of it. And it has little bubbles in my resin. I need to work on that. I wire wrapped the donut pendant. I also resined the back, and this cutter is by Samantha's Tutorials, and this cutter is cutter number 2 circle donut that she sells on her website. And this little poking out here, I just need to file that down a little bit. No reflection on the actual cutter. And this is what I would consider almost completely ready for sale or wear. Sometimes I patina the copper, and at this point I can't do it with heat. Heat would look great. It changes colors. I think I'm just going to leave it as is and either wear it or sell it as is. This was done by the texture plate that I did in the previous video, which was yesterday. I think it came out very good. This texture plate reminds me of sort of the dragon scales or fish scales or mermaid scales, sort of. It's close. They're not on top of each other, but they're very close next to each other in the same shape. It could pass of such. So, enough about this piece. I'm going to call this texture plate a success, even though it was a funny video yesterday with me prying out the clay. So, that said, I'm going to put it aside. Here's another example of yesterday's video. Here all I did was drill a hole. By the way, I did do a tutorial that used a very poorly made hand drill. So, looking through my products that I have bought over the last couple years, I did indeed find a hand tool that I previously was not aware of having, which I used to drill through this piece, which worked beautifully. And I may do another tutorial on just this type of drilling. Okay, so I did solve that issue, and this is a great drill, and we'll talk about that again in hopefully another video. So this is the piece that I did yesterday, and in doing so I did some gold mica in this one, and there are a few little bubbles in that one as well. Bubbles are a girl's worst enemy, or man, when you're working with resin. So keep in mind that I am very new to all of these techniques, and I am trying them and showing you how they come out when I try them. So I used a gold jump ring, and I'll probably make a chain to go along with that. What I'd like to show you happened back here besides a little bubble. And by the way, let me reach down here. Getting a lot of fingerprints on this resin. So anyhow, really what I want to show you is this section here. Now, could not find a jump ring, even though this is rather thick. This is a thick blend, and I may even coat the sides here. I may not consider this completely finished, though I wanted to show you completely finished pieces. I always seem, since I'm a perfectionist, and sometimes I want to probably either glaze that, because I was on a website, Jessica's website to be precise, and I got some tips about the edging of your pieces because they're very hard to do to UV, and also resin of any kind. Now what happened here is this black tore away, and I was kind of grateful it did. I don't think it takes away from the back too much if you look. Hopefully you can see what I'm speaking about. And what happened was I just severed the edge because it did pull away, and I did use this big one. I had a smaller one and it still it was pulled away before I used this. So now I can fit this jump ring in here and a chain through very nicely, and that doesn't bother me surprisingly as much as I thought it might. So anyhow, that piece is done for the most part. Okay, came out in my opinion well. It's been resined. Now what I want to talk about are some other pieces that I have here, and I did promise you pre-cut or pre-made canes from Wish, and that's what these are, and I'm going to talk a little bit about those in a moment. This is another piece that was just stubborn. I actually like the way that this came out, but I'm having some issues. Okay, so I'm not real happy with that piece, but it has nothing to do with the cutter. I think it's, again, user error. If you watch the other video, user error. Okay, let's move on. This is a mold that I got from Wish, and I like it for resin, but I bought it for polymer clay. These are the resin pieces that came out of it right here. Now, when I attempted to use it for polymer clay, what do you think happened? What happened was, every time I took a piece out, I distorted the piece of clay. If I had maybe the harder clays, maybe like Kato or what is the other one? Premade, that are a little stiffer clay, maybe. But since I have a wide range of clays that I use, and Sculpey is one of them, it didn't work for me. I'm sorry to say, for polymer clay. Let me show you what it did work for, and it worked great for it in my opinion, and that is resin. Ice resin. I put it in there. These are, believe it or not, an opal, type of an opal, but they're not a fire opal. And I dropped those babies in there, and this is what I have, and I have a couple other ones that I did. These are the other ones that I did with those molds. I should have popped them out in front of you, I guess. It really, I'm sure it doesn't matter, but it's just regular resin, regular ice resin, jewelry resin, small piece of resin. What I did use, now this I had gotten before and used and didn't mix the resin right, and I'm sure that's what it was. So these little pieces down here can be used as earrings. If you see that, they fit in there too. Okay, so I'll take those away, and this mold, I give it an A for resin and an F for polymer clay. I'm sorry, I want to be able to use it in all instances, not just some, because I'm all over the place with my clay. And you can't put this in the oven. I'm pretty sure of it. I wouldn't do it. It's way too soft. I wouldn't trust it. It's from China, and I would use it with resin, regular resin, over and over again. And I hope to, actually, because I like the pyramids. This is another resin, great for resin, But you know, I have not tried it with Polymer clay. It's a heavier one. Look, it's very thick. Very, very thick. It's not as flimsy. But I'm thinking, how am I going to get that sucker out of there? I will maybe do a try with this, with the Polymer clay, and get back to you on this for the review. So I gave it an A for resin, regular resin. And that is this piece here, this pyramid that you see here. Again, this is all the same stone that I used. So we get an A on that one. This is from Samantha. Her website, her Etsy, and she has a Facebook. This is hers right here. Now I have done a Polymer clay in this piece, in this mold, and you can bake in this as well. And I don't have an example of that, I apologize, but this is the example of resin. I was doing resin with these, and I give it an A+ for both. That's just my opinion, and I am partial to her because she does such great work, but I don't get any kickbacks and don't want any from, well, nobody's going to say they don't want any, but I'm not trying to get any. How's that? She seems to make them quite well. I bought a couple things from her, and I'll continue to do reviews with her, okay? Now, I'm going to put that aside, and here we go. Holy cow, this is what you've been waiting for? Let me say, if anybody knows what to do with this stuff, text me and let me know, because I don't know what to do with this stuff. And that is, these are pre-made canes from China, and I've got quite a bit. I want to tell you something. They're pretty. Look, they're pretty. I know this is rough. I did not intentionally do this to make this look stupid, but it is stupid. And I'm sorry if you've done one and you love it, but I don't like it. This clay, it feels like plastic to me. I don't consider it clay. I cut it. I'm going to show you cutting it. So I thought to myself, what do I do with this? Let me try different things last night. And so I baked it in a piece of clay. I cut it, you know, and I placed it, pushed it in there. And I baked it, and it's not flat. I don't know what to tell you on that. But I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing because watch this. Watch this. Okay. I don't know what pre-made canes are supposed to be for. I assumed that they were for, and I'm going to tell you something. I put them in the microwave. I'm doing this hard, man. Let me tell you something. Look. I can't get it to flatten out at all. Now, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. So then I thought, well, maybe I'm just supposed to use it as a decorative thing. These are so cute. These here are so cute. I guess they're berries or of some sort. That's my guess. Look how it was made. I like how it was made. Look, you can see. Gosh, I hope you can. It's so tiny. These are all little canes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the one that's green inside goes like that. It's cool. But it's like rubber. And I don't know. I'm going to try somewhat. I'm going to buy someone's pre-made cane on like eBay or something that looks more like a regular cane. And you know, it cuts like a soft rubber. can see this. And this is also a pretty one too. But I guess I just don't know what to do with them. Even if I lay them in this clay here, unless I pushed them all the way down, they don't change form at all. They don't, I warmed it up as much as I could. And I thought to myself, well, if I reduce it anymore, my God, they're like as tiny as could be. So if someone could tell me what to do with these things or how to do them, that would be great, because they didn't come with any instructions. And they're just pre-made. I mean, they got a lot of them for cheap. But they're not my idea of polymer clay. They're like almost made of something already. So anyway, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do with them. If someone figures out for me what to do with them, and I even looked up pre-made canes. So I'm gonna keep looking. Verdict is still out there right now. It's an F for me. I'm sorry. I just don't know what to do with them. Now, when I figure out what to do with them, it may turn into an A+. They're cool. There's a lot of them, and they look like canes. You know, they're cute. Here's an apple. Let me cut the apple real quick before we go on, because I want to show you something else too, and I don't want this video to be too long. Even though I did one yesterday for you. Let's see what the apple cuts up like. I mean, that's cool. Maybe if I put it in my clay, I mean, they do get harder when you bake them. Does that count? All right, let's see. I like these. These are cute. These, I like them all, except this one. I don't know what that is. The berries, the oranges, the lemon-like, or the flower-like one. I like them. This apple one I really like. So I guess they're embellishments of some sort. And I will get back to you as to what I can use these things for, because I'm sure they're so cute, some of them, that I can use them for something other than something that looks like this. So I'll figure it out, I promise, on that deal, because they're cute. I like them, but they're not what, I don't know what to do with them yet. So user error, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, let's get rid of this altogether. Now, what I talked about yesterday was Wish being too big, too small. Well, on this, I do read the reviews too, guys. And I thought to myself, this is going to be a good thing. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm not meaning, I don't know what to say. This thing is ginormous, okay? That's my favorite word for big things, ginormous. I am not filling this with resin. I like to work with jewelry for the most part, okay? And rock, you know, for rocks, everybody knows that. That's why it appealed to me. But this is useless to me right now. I'd have to make a big giant paperweight with this thing. Look, you know. I might give it to somebody that works with resin that does. I'm not making fun of resin people that use this for this kind of stuff. I just can't use it for what I was going to use it for. No. I couldn't hang this around your neck to save my life. So a paperweight or some other type of contraption. I'll bet it comes out nice, but I'm not going to use resin to put in this. In fact, I'm going to probably give it to someone who does resin or does something. And it'll probably come out good, you know. I don't know what this is. But for what I need it for, F, A for probably whatever somebody else. I don't know how they would get this thing out of here either, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. I don't know what to rate this. This is not good for me though. So, I got another one here, and I'm going to tell you about this. I tried yesterday, and I'm not done working with this. This is feathers, and they have a great deal of detail. Very impressive. but it feels sticky almost. So I don't know. Also Wish, and we're only dealing with Wish right now. I don't know. I'm not sure about this, to be honest with you guys. I tried the Polymer clay. It's not very deep. If you can see that in the camera, it's not very deep. So this one we'll have to get back to you with. It feels kind of sticky, like it hasn't cured actually completely. Spongy. Nothing wrong with that because this is kind of spongy. But it doesn't feel, it's not too sticky, it's just weird. It's not sticky. It just feels weird. Oop, here's something that's done from last night. I don't know what to tell you yet. I tried to put, I'm going to have to put a real thin, or you know what? But see, even if I use, I don't know if I can bake this. Because maybe it's, I could use the liquid Polymer clay. This is translucent. And this is Kato Poly Clay Clear. You know, you can always put color in these. So, I don't know about this yet. Again, they don't come with instructions. And even if you go back and look at the description, which I might, I'll see if I can, but it does not feel, feels like it would melt if I put it in there. You can always try. But first I want to try with regular Polymer clay again. I mean, the detail's beautiful. I wish you could see. I hope you can. I know most of the time you can't see a detailed mold. You'd have to stick something in there. And when I was pushing the clay in, it wasn't staying in. So I'm going to use little pieces and see. So I'll get back to you on that one too. But I wanted you to see what I got from Wish. And I got more stuff coming in. And like I said, some stuff, thumbs up. Other stuff, not so great. And not so great right now are these canes. I think I can use them for something, but it's not what I guess it's not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be. So I'm going to order some from eBay or Amazon, that some of you women that are out there, if you're watching, you make them. I'm going to order some from you. I like this. It's my favorite piece right now. And it was made with, well, favorite piece in this episode, so to speak. Look, I'm still digging clay out. You'll have to watch the previous video to see exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, I do like this. I like the design. So I just have to be more careful and more conscious of what I'm doing with this one. Because I kind of like it. I tell you what, I do. Where's that other piece? Here it is. This too. Just came out. Now, what happened was, if you watched it yesterday, you'll see that there was a lot more mica on these pieces. And when I sanded them down, I took there's also, this is a scrap clay, so I can't really tell you that this is just a clay color with a clay mica that I dusted and sanded off, because there's a couple streaks in here of the different colors of the clay. So overall, right now, in my opinion, the clay canes from China can be used ornamental, you know, on your and this is a good A to B, you know, depending on what you use it for. Okay, and this is an A+ for resin, China, Wish. This is undecided. This is an A+ for both Polymer clay and resin and baking. And this is Samantha. You'll find her on YouTube. Look her up. This is China, A+ for resin, regular ice resin, and undecided on the polymer clay, and undecided and undetermined on both on this one. So good luck. God bless. Thanks for hanging in there. Also, this donut circle one I use a lot. I like this. This is also from Samantha. Let me see what I got. Oh, and RJ for the RJ Crafts for the resin. I buy herb cutters too. All right, I'll find it another day. I'm all over this place, so you'll be able to find it. So anyhow, good luck with Wish. I'm going to do some more. I hope you liked the video. Good luck. God bless. If you liked the video, like the video, please. And also subscribe. I think I have one more to 60 at this point. And I know that's not a lot, but I think it's great. Share it if you like it. Please. Thanks. See you next time.